Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gillesmansillon. I'm an artist and a spiritualist, and I come to discuss transcendental psychology. I'm going to discuss the different ideas. The first one is that we're on a unique mission here. Our mission is unique. It is just us. Nobody else can do our own mission because we are unique. All the other roles are taken. We have to play our own role, and our own mission is to hold the frequency of joy, the frequency of love, the frequency of peace. And it is a work that we do, and we hold that frequency, and everything flows from there. And it is all about knowing, and to know that we are the center of creation, to return, to learn, to return to the stillness of the heart within, to that no matter what happened, we have this power to return to center, to return to peace. And the ability to just shift back to this point of balance. And because no matter what negative energy, negative thought, negative emotion, we have to power to breathe and let it go and return to center. It is something we have to learn to become the pillar of light. The more we integrate this light of the Creator and radiate it outwards, we becoming more of ourselves as the divine light, more joy, more freedom, more abundance, more health, more wealth, more wisdom, more power, more. It's like the Creator brings more of who we are as we integrate. We allow this light to shine from within, and we find ways to express it into the world in order to cultivate it. For others, we're not trying to influence anybody with that. We're just holding that frequency, but others will try to emulate, will try to find that within themselves, which will assist them. And so it is a powerful process, for we have to learn to live from the heart and not from the mind or the intellect. It is a new directive. It is not that easy at the beginning. It takes a while to practice that. It's like beyond logic to follow those inner directions. So it is a full moon today. So happy full moon. The full moon is an apex of energies, and so I wanted to also thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, for your donations. If you want a private session, I'm going to do a few this week, and then I'm not really sure. We're in the buffer zone. A lot of things about to shift, so we cannot make long time plans unless we call to do that. If we are making any projection into the future, it has to be the projection into this new life, this new energy, the energy of freedom. The past is reparation. We know what needs to be done. We're starting to address those parts of ourselves that need healing, and now we're moving into the light, to become the light, to be this pillar of light. For there is always change. Time and space is eternal. It will continue to go on this cross of matter. But if we move into the present, it is eternal as well. But it is really what's true is the present. But it is still it never changes. The present never changes. But all things change through time. So move into this pillar of light on the axis of the vertical axis, and then you can go back to the vertical unfoldment of the horizontal unfoldment of time and space, but to learn to return to this pillar of light on the vertical axis. And what's coming in the near future is joy. More joy. Joy is something that bubbles up. What we're working on now is determination, to allow our will to become dominant over whatever limitation we may have. And what's coming up in the near future as a result of this determination is work. There's a lot of work. We've been prepared for this new energies, new work. The freedom is to choose, and to choose or not to choose. Some people have left me comments, we don't have choices. We have all kinds of choices every day. For the trees have no choice. They are trees. They choose to be trees. But if you don't like where you are, you're not a tree. You can move away. There's so many choices that we can make. Or we can choose not to choose, to allow to stay circular, and to allow life to show us, to unfold for us. And so it's also the Saint Jean Baptiste today. It's like the celebration of John the Baptist, and so he was the cousin of the Christ, and Christ achieved this ascension in the Jordan River at the age of 29 when he was baptized by his cousin, and so then he went into the desert to reflect upon what he was going to do with his mortal career, or this physical career. He was never tempted by the devil. It was beyond temptation, but he had to confront all those dark forces there. And so John, we send greetings to him. For the truth of our soul can never be taken away. There is no way. Everything that has value has been recorded and can be so there is nothing we can really lose. For it is normal to feel out of place with limited consciousness. It's like we're gonna seek to become to attract people that we're in consonant, in resonance with, or we can share and co-create together. For it's like different school ages, and it's like going back to sometimes people were so different. There is no relationship. It's like, but the spirit of ascension is concord and harmony. We have to be able to descend our energy to address any level at some point. It's like a teacher of primary school. It's not because the children are fighting among each other. We'll not become on the level of the children fighting with them. I understand their level of consciousness and address them on their level. So it's very much about being flexible and adaptive. For the dark, we cannot eliminate the dark within ourselves. As we become only light, the darkness is being integrated, and it's very important to understand. We'll always have this place of ignorance that is created in order for us to grow and learn. Yet the dark will no longer be dominant. There will no longer be a struggle between dark and light. For the ascension is part of the ascension is to integrate our own darkness within our own light. So the light remains dominant at all points. The lucidity becomes we're utilizing the darkness and the ignorance part of ourselves for our spiritual growth and evolution, but in acceptance, not to deny it, but and also not to linger in it, to just to recognize it, accept it, and integrate it with to be more lucid about it. To seeing the dark with the eyes of our own light, and to be lucid about things, and to be in acceptance of who we are and where we are, and to understand the universe and already knows all that. So there's nothing to hide from ourselves or from God. We can't hide anything from God. He knows all things, and He accepts all things. He loves you as you are. So it's about holding this frequency of acceptance and moving step by step by little steps. I'm going to pull a few cards with this tarot deck. The higher wisdom is reparation. It's those things. What is those things that needs to be fixed, but not fixed? But we don't need to be fixed. We are whole. But in our life, we because of our unconscious process of unconsciousness before we move into this lucidity, there were so many parts of our life that needs to be adjusted, to be brought back into harmony, that we can work on, that we'll find peace of mind and balance. And what are those things? What we need to understand is the chaos and conflict. Things are blowing up. Before the divine order, the system was so defective. That the system of society was so defective. So it has to blow into pieces before the divine order will return. It's not like it cannot be fixed. If there wasn't those crises, we would try to fix the system and stay with the old system. But now it's like it's a brand new system that is before us. Just do not be afraid. Just stay true to yourself, and you will be guided, led, protected, and through the process, this inner guidance, this inner love, this inner peace will help us navigate through the process and be confident that it is in truth it was, is, and always will be God's program here. Life will always be, even if there is some illusions of power that some people have created, all kinds of darkness and things like that. It is because God allows it, so it can change. It can change at any time following the divine plan. But since this divine plan is so vast, it is beyond. We just need to be ourselves and hold our frequency, and from there we find contentment and joy, and we are in a mission that is appropriate for us and full of joy. What this card is returning as what we need to do is approaching the precipice. There is certain choices that will need to be made. Choices, very important. So everybody's got different choices to make. You will see, you will know, you will feel, you will sense the necessity to allow some transformation. And the outcome will be the orphan. The orphan needs to find our place into the world, to let go of the old world. In order to, the more we feel disconnected from the world, the closer we are to the point of freedom and the source. And then we'll be reintegrated, and it's going to be quite magical. At which point it's going to be all that shines. We're going to see to see the surface thing, and to understand what's going on within, beyond the form. So all of that is coming, and to be able to enjoy all the beautiful things of light with detachment. I wanted to discuss first contact. First contact is something that many people are waiting, the contact with extraterrestrials. But many people have already made that contact and they don't even know about it. For me, I made this first contact officially in 1992, and I've been communicating with many dimensions and groups for many years. But this contact is about making connection with higher intelligence, and so if you haven't made it yet, you will be coming. If you're seeking it, it will come through dreams, intuition, signs, telepathy. But it's much more likely that the first contact will come first as a subtle voice that goes through your mind, or vision that comes down, or dreams or things like that, than a big physical ship that descends on the planet. That will come, but it will come later. First, we need to make that contact from heart to heart with those higher intelligence, and eventually with our guides, to be well integrated within the energy of the guiding systems that God provided for us. For it's all about resonance and frequency. Everything is about resonance and frequency. Even on the Earth plane, there's people that are completely different frequency. It's hard to understand each other, but when we are on the same frequency, it's like we don't even need to talk all that much. We understand each other. There is a deep connection, and it's the same thing as we go higher. We can resonate with the frequency. It's like a radio tuned in. If we're on a different radio station, we won't get the information from that higher planes. So to learn to shift your frequency, to learn that you have the ability to shift frequency within the frequency of joy and peace. You can always elevate or descend it, or communicate or tune in to whatever frequency. There's all kinds of dimension. Eventually we'll make the connection with God, the creator, the source, the I am presence. But this I am presence is all embracing. It is on all dimensions. When your guides, your guardian angels, your master guides are on a high frequency, and for that the archangels your I am presence will also assist you. Although it's very paradoxical, because your I am presence is assisting you with connecting when you're interested by such things, to connect you with your guides, which elevate you to the plane where you need to be, and it is your guides that reinforcing your connection to source, to elevate yourself at the end, to realize your connection to source. For that is really the truth, the essential, the divinity within is the essential. But the ascended masters and the archangels will also assist. Sometimes they're easier to contact than your own guardian angels, but some are very high saddle planes, and so sometimes it's easier to communicate, to utilize the call on the archangels to assist you in elevating your frequencies, or the ascended masters. This great Earth ascension is taking a lot longer than we anticipated as human beings, and we were expecting. And on December 21st, 2012, we were preparing for that, and we were like, all of a sudden we're going to shift into another dimension. But so many humans were not ready. There was only a few 100,000 people that were ready, and so it's like billions would have to leave the planet. So we got an extension, and that's why we're going through those accelerated process where it's really hard, where everybody has to face his own shadows in order to integrate that shadows. For there is a great breakthrough that is coming, but we've been through many breakthroughs in the past. And so the breakthroughs is like the new. It's like very soon there's going to be this great solar flash event from within. It's gonna activate, like lucidity is going to flood into the mind, flood into the whole bodies, and so it's like, be ready for that. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I want to say that every ceremony also that we do, that the ceremonies that we get together to pray, get together to meditate, or even alone to sit down and create intention, to burn a white candle, to connect to spirit. Every ceremony, we're going to live more ceremonially in the future. Every ceremony assisted in opening portals to higher dimensions, so it is very useful. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to finish with a song that went through my mind all night long. It's a not easy song to sing, but it's the first time I sing it. Second time, let's say, because I sang it once in a French video. It's a song, originally a song by, I forgot the name, Janis Joplin, where it's called Bobby McGee. Bobby in the original song is a man, when in the Grateful Dead song it is a woman. So I'm going to sing the version of the Grateful Dead. It goes like this. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby flagged the diesel down just before it rained and took us all the way to New Orleans. Took my harpoon out of my dirty red bandanas. I was blowing sad while Bobby sang the blues. Whisper, wiper, slapping time, Bobby's clapping hand. We sang every song that driver knew. Freedom, just another word for nothing left to do. Nothing and nothing, honey, but it's free. Feeling good was good, easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. From the coal mine of Kentucky to the California sun, yeah, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Standing right beside me, Lord, in everything I've done. Bobby's body kept me from the cold. Then somewhere near Selena, Lord, I'll let her sleep away. Looking for that home I hope she finds. Well, I'll trade all my tomorrows for a single yesterday. Beholding Bobby's body next to mine. Freedom, just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing was all that she left me. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. Freedom, just another word for nothing left to do. Nothing and worth nothing, but it's free. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. I will do better. Those songs when you first start doing it first time without repetition. But once you sing a song 10 times, it's like you really get it. And same thing with painting. Once you've painted 10 portraits of the same person, the 11th will be easy and flowing. It is all about the arts are like that. It's practice, practice, practice. For the card of the day is the decision, the Archangel Jophiel, and she's freeing all the birds from the cage. In truth, the cage has never existed, and we are so used to be caterpillars. Now the caterpillar has very little choice, but then it just needs its transformation, and then at some point the cocoon is too small. It has to break free, and then there is so many more choices. Free yourself from anything that prevents you from moving forward. Needing to purify the unjustified worry induced by the lack of trust in yourself. So do trust yourself. Go for it. Trust yourself. Jump in the water. Go for it, and do not doubt yourself for a moment. Just connect to, and you find this point of freedom, and then you everything will unfold naturally. Oh, I had a cat here that was napping. So I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.